What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down this new Broly event here. So we have some interesting missions for this stage here. They decided to encrypt them for some reason, which I think is kind of funny. I have no idea what urged them to do this, but yeah, so here's the missions here. We've got to clear it once, and then we have to clear the stage with the golden fighter whom the devil is obsessed with. And then also we have to clear it with the Saiyan who tried to control the devil, and then this last one is 6 planetary destruction characters. So, the 2 characters it's talking about is, you know, the one who the devil is obsessed with. Obviously, the devil they're referring to is Broly, the devil awakens, so they're talking about Broly, going berserk there, becoming the legendary Super Saiyan. Yeah, obviously this would be Super Saiyan Goku, and then the one that tried to control him would be Paragus, you know, putting the shock collar on him and everything. So, we have to get a clear with Goku, a Super Saiyan Goku more specifically, a clear with Paragus, and then 6 planetary destruction. But the problem is that neither Goku or Paragus are on planetary destruction, so, yeah, essentially you're going to be doing 3 runs. Unless you want to do like a pure Saiyan run and try and put Paragus and Goku together. You could do that. But for the first run here, we are going to go focus on the Goku portion of things. So we've got our Super Saiyan Goku in the leader here. I'm assuming that characters that include the name will be valid or count, but I guess I'll be the guinea pig of that, and if we don't end up getting the mission on this first clear, we'll know we need to use an actual Super Saiyan Goku and not just a unit that has Super Saiyan Goku in the name. That is also going to be important for the Paragus part, because there's only 2 units in the game with the name Paragus. Well, technically 3 if you count the physical SR, but 2 like Dokkan awakenable units, and one of them, you know, is the Int Paragus and Broly that got his EZA during the anniversary. He is actually very good. And then the other one is the Tech Paragus that just dropped free to play. And I believe, in fact, that is the only reason why they're even legally allowed to make that mission. Because I know that there is a rule, a law, actually, against certain types of cards existing in gacha games. They're not allowed to sell you a card that requires another you know, summonable unit in order to activate, like, a portion of the card. So if you'll notice, if you go through carefully and look at all of the, you know, at all of the units in the game that have a character-specific portion of their passive, requiring another unit to be on the rotation, on the team, something like that, you will find that there is at least 1 free-to-play unit in the game with that name, because they are not allowed to require you to summon for other units in order to fully use one. The only way that they would be allowed to do that is if it is a free-to-play unit, right? So, the, you know, this is like what happened with Physical Ultimate Gohan, where he needed a Piccolo on rotation. They were not able to specify an orange Piccolo, or like a Piccolo, parentheses, Power Awakening, because there's only 1 of them in the game, and it's a summonable unit. It's not free to play. So you'll never see something like that in a passive until there's a free to play unit available for it. That being said, so there's 2 different ways that they word these missions sometimes. They will word them, as either you need a unit with that name on the team, or you need a unit that, like, how do they word it? Basically, like, that name is a part of the card at least, right? So there's 2 different verbiages that they use, and with these encoded ones, it's kind of unclear which of those is going to be the case. So I'm really, really hoping that it does count as a clear with this Super Saiyan Goku being a part of another unit, because I do plan to try to get the other one, you know, completed with the Paragus and Broly, rather than just having to use the new free-to-play Paragus. But I do have him ready just in case. Okay, so I am going into this fight completely blind. I haven't looked up stats on it or anything. I didn't even go into, like, the event info to see how many stages they were or what typings they were. I'm just fully jumping in blind. I have no idea what to expect. The one thing that I am potentially anticipating is him canceling dodge, because it is Broly. That is a very Broly-like thing to do in Dokkan. And that would obviously be very bad news for my team here. So hopefully I'm incorrect about that, but only time will tell. Obviously, so far, we're doing fine. He's not canceling dodge, so that's good. But we'll see. I have a pretty busted team here. All of these units are like S tier, God tier units, so I don't imagine we're gonna struggle too much. I decided to opt away from the free-to-play strat, you know, or of like the YouTuber strat of using like lesser units and just kind of dummying down my build and doing something kind of bleak. That way I could compare it to something you might have in your box if you're not something that whales out or has all of these top tier units. But this time... Oh, are we going to dodge this? Oh, wow, we didn't dodge it. Okay, 1 million damage. That sounds about right for a modern day, like, 2024 event. Okay, so... Let's just jump back in, because obviously we know we can dodge on that stage, right? We just didn't, for whatever reason. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and try it again. Run it back real quick, no big deal. It's interesting to me that this is a multi-phase event, and that first phase wasn't that hard, but that it still gives you the option to, like, lower your attack and stuff. Or not lower your attack, like, take damage, if you were to hit the little, target icons. I guess we'll just stay like this? Yeah, because we have the other UI Goku coming around onto this rotation, so we can link these guys up. Keep them on rotation for the rest of the fight. And then we'll have one rotation with 2 UI Gokus and the other one with Evolution Blue Vegeta and maybe these guys, rather than like STR UI. I honestly haven't even read their kit yet. There's been so much going on with the worldwide celebration. I was busy working for the first couple of days as all of the data downloads were coming out and all of the news was dropping on social media and stuff. So I missed that wave of checking out the characters' kits before they came into the game and stuff. It was pretty much like jump straight into summoning after I got home from work the night that the banners came out. And then since then, I've been back at work and, oh my goodness, not dodging again. Okay, we'll just try again. I don't know why these units are being so difficult. We will just try again. Oh no, no rainbowed ones? Boo. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well there, at least we know we're gonna live turn 1, because we don't have to depend on any dodges, right? That's better. And then we'll see from turn 2 on. Okay, let's see how many links these guys share. Only 3, well 2 technically. Oh, it's legendary power. Yeah, 3 links. Okay, yeah, this is fine. We'll keep them together here. But yeah, I'm surprised they give you the little take damage spots on the map. It's kind of interesting. There aren't very many, like, I mean, maybe if you're going to use, like, some type of revive strat, actually... Because here's the thing about an event like this, right? I mean, we haven't taken too many hits yet, but what it seems like, especially with a strong team like what we're using, we're either going to double-digit tank what he's throwing at us, or he's going to manage to break through our defenses and do like 1 million damage, and then we're just going to die immediately, right? So I think maybe that's where there could be some strategy for those target spots on the map. Maybe... Okay, maybe I should consider... If we lose again and we have to jump back in, maybe I'll consider... taking some damage, that way we can get below the 77% HP we need, or is it 70%? I'll have to double check, for AGL UI Goku to have his revive activated. Because that way if we do accidentally take a sloppy hit where we were supposed to dodge, or something goes awry, then we're already in range to revive, so that could be very good. Because I highly doubt that we're going to get below that 70% just naturally, so it might be smartest for us to just jump into the fight like that. I really wasn't even thinking about it from the revive angle. Because obviously the very first time that they released one of those events was during the 7th anniversary. Or no, not the 7th. It was the 8th anniversary, when we had the spirit bombs going off. And so they you know, release an event that would allow you to take 50% damage at the very beginning. That way, you know, the GT boys could go into their standby skill immediately and then start building up for that Spirit Bomb that they were going to do to clear the event. Oh, obviously we can't keep them together because it's the same name. So I guess we'll keep Tech UI on. But yeah, so now what comes to mind is some type of transformation proccing, whether you're either be able to do an active skill or a passive skill. That's usually what comes to mind when I see them offer you, you know, the ability to give yourself damage on the map. But I guess I hadn't really considered the revive angle yet, which is very, very good. Okay, but that being said, now we're in revive range, and we do have AGLUI Goku coming up on the next turn, so we just gotta survive the rest of this turn here. But I do anticipate a super coming in soon from him. So we'll see what this guy's defense is able to do against Broly here. Okay, so we're double digits on normals, which is good. Alright, we gotta dodge this UI Goku. No more playing around, buddy. Go ahead and dodge that. Oh my goodness! Okay, see, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered on this run anyway, because AGLUI, we never even got to see him, right? He was 7th slot. So yeah, we'll have to do one more, and then I think I actually am going to run the strat of taking damage. I think that's going to be a good idea here. Let's see. So the other thing is we don't actually have to use no items. I'm attempting at no items just because I want to. Oh, and then let me double check his... Oh, I can't double check his passive right now. If it's 77%, we're fine because we're at 75. But if it's 70%, we're not. I'm just going to risk it at 70 and say that I think it's 77 because I don't really want to go down to 50% because then if we do take one normal, we're gone for sure. Oh, I also didn't think to check my rotations first to notice if he was like up front. I also didn't think about the fact that we were going to collect orbs and potentially heal. Oh, okay. So they have a standby. Okay, so it's exactly what I was talking about, right? Anytime they have these events, it's geared toward a specific unit's standby. They always do this. Okay, so it looks like when HP is 77% or less. Okay, so they have the same, like, restriction. Okay, we're doing the charge count increases. Interesting. Okay, and then is there like a transformation with it? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then they don't have any attack, and then he's guarding, supporting, all that business, and then you can activate the finish effect when? Oh, it'll probably indicate based on like a meter filling up, based on like key selected or something. Okay, let's see here. This is, pardon me, this is actually literally my first time using this unit. So we are just figuring it out together. Okay, we'll go ahead and just get as many key spheres as possible. Yeah, so it looks like the amount of key is probably helping out build up that bar. And then I'll grab all these for Bulma. Perfect. And I'm assuming he should be pretty tanky there. I saw a lot of stats in that long passive, yeah. And I think he's going to maybe build up more as he gets hit. Alright, so I can't say I'm too surprised then about the little target spots on the map. It makes perfect sense. So this event was obviously built for that unit. And actually, I wonder, I mean, I'm assuming that the next phase is just the last phase of the event. That it's just a 2-phase thing, potentially. So we've got the first phase here, obviously. And then moving on to the second phase, it's AGL type, and the new Broly that's tech type would, you know, be advantageous against that, so. Wow. That's so scary. I almost feel like I should just put him in the first slot. Seems weird to do, but I kind of want to. Let's do that. Sure. Okay, it looks like we hit whatever, you know, key like threshold we needed to get to. So that is looking good for us. I guess we'll do this. I'm kind of hoping that we KO Broly here. We do have our physical guy attacking this time, so we'll do a lot more damage. But yeah, because if we're going to activate that finish effect on the next turn, I kind of want to do it against the AGL Broly so we can get as much damage against him as possible. Okay, let's see a critical hit come out, yeah? How about that? We would love to see a crit. I believe this is not the friend one, right? This is my one, which is not actually great. Mine's only 55%, and he's completely Link level 1. I have this weird nitpick and kind of pet peeve about my about my Link leveling. I really like to finish a unit before I move on to any others. So even though my entire Link level team is just full of completely crap units that I'm never going to use because they're just random like SSRs of units, I hate taking them off the team if they're not done yet and putting them back in like my Link level box and then, you know, putting new units on the team. So I basically wait for the unit to finish, and then as I finish the units, I'll put the new units on. That was what I was doing for like almost the year gap of not being on YouTube, because I didn't feel like the urgency to Link level 10 my units right away. You know, obviously it's a little more important when I'm recording content around the units and I want to show off their capabilities and stuff. But when I'm just playing for funsies, then it doesn't really feel, you know, that like necessary. Okay, really quick here, because we're about to activate a new effect that I haven't seen before, we're gonna do a couple of things. So I'm gonna turn the game volume up, and then let me see, I need to switch my phone off of silent so that it will actually play the sound. There we go. It looks like it is collecting sound from Dokkan on my Streamlabs. Okay, awesome. And then we're going to turn the animation skip off, and we are actually going to watch this animation together. Let's do it. Sick. Absolutely sick. We love it. Oh, look at that end screen. What a KO screen. Wow, that might be my favorite one so far in the game. That's really cool. I'm glad I remembered to turn the animations on for that. Kind of lovely. Good stuff. It does look really like grainy and kind of pixelated. There's one zoom in part where he is attacking the enemy where it's super pixelated on the enemy's like character sprite, and that's normal in Dokkan. I feel like that happens all the time. It's just an issue with the game that they seem to never want to fix. You know, where they give us these super high res like awesome attack animations, and then the enemy that you're fighting is like a simple JPEG that's just way too zoomed in. So they do that kind of thing quite a bit. But for the remainder of that animation, you could see that it was pretty grainy, and I feel like that's because they were trying to match the exact quality that the movie, you know, animations had. And it's obviously a very, very old movie that they're referencing, so I kind of like when they do that. I feel like it's a very immersive experience, even if it's not the most, like, 2024 high-definition, you know, like, 144 hertz, all this crazy stuff. Like, I want quality better than what my eyes can see. It's nothing quite that insane, but I am certainly pleased with it.
I ain't no hero, justice, anything else like that. Anyone who tries to hurt my friends, it's gonna
pay! Nice. Wonderful. Okay, so we can't lower his defense. That was a critical hit, and it did basically nothing. So I'm not sure exactly what the strat is here with this Broly. We're just gonna have to keep going for a minute here and see if we can possibly make something happen. I guess they're, like, really good in slot 1, huh? I kind of want to opt to put them there instead of Goku, I guess. We can get all these, and then all these reds should drop fine. Sure, yeah, we can get 5 there. 5 is the important part, because that's how she gets the support, right? Oh. Okay. I guess we could just do that, right? And then now we're knocking out 2 missions at once because we have the Super Saiyan Goku and then we also have Paragus. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to jump in with this team, but really quickly first, I want to put some dodge equips on him, so let me go do that real quick. Alright, there we go. He's got much more dodge on him now. Still Link level 1 because I just farmed him up today, so haven't had time to Link level him either yet, unfortunately, but we should make do here. Okay. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, really quick, let me just double check that actual percentage for the revive like we were talking about. Yeah, it is 77%. So we only need to take the 1 hit. Potentially, right? But I think with Broly and Paragus on the team now, and I don't really know how they're going to perform, I am just going to opt to stay at full HP for now. Just because they might end up taking some damage. We'll see.
Should be around here.
Lovely. You love to see those intro animations. Very beautiful. Kind of polar opposites on the vibe there with Bulma and Broly, but hey, you love to see it. Okay, so I guess we rotate Broly to get on the Paragus rotation. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then, since that's going to be the Paragus rotation, we are going to go ahead and probably rotate UI Goku, because Evolution Blue Vegeta is coming around to this side, and then that way we can have UI Goku over here as well. That's probably going to be the play. I am very curious to see how that Paragus performs. Should be interesting indeed. Because with him being an advantageous character, he's not going to need to have some of that like sheer strength that a lot of the other units do, being just a free-to-play unit. But he does like buff himself and Broly quite a bit if he's alongside of Broly, so I think it could be interesting. Obviously, this very first turn isn't going to be like a clear indicator of how good he is, but, you know, a little later in the event, once we get him linked up with Broly, we should be good to go. I know Broly's going to do a lot of attacks here. Bulma's actually going to get an additional as well. I'm kind of hoping that we don't finish off this first phase, because I don't want Paragus to have to face off against the tougher boss without being linked up with a Broly, you know, yet. I kind of would enjoy the extra turn to be able to set up our rotations. She gets the triple super turn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. I feel like Broly's probably going to do enough damage here, especially with the Bulma support. Though he's probably got like 1 link active right now, 2 links, so that works in our favor. Okay, yeah, and this is my one too, so it's only 55%, so he's not going to be doing many crits and stuff. I say my one, like there's another one on the team, which is kind of funny. I'm just so used to running Broly on his own team. I feel like anytime I have an option to run him on a team, I just don't. The only time I really opt to use him is when I need to do, like, a mission that I need his team for, you know? I'm sorry, what? A free-to-play unit from farmable from a story event that has an intro. That's very interesting. Does he have like an active skill too? No, just the passive. Okay, interesting. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Okay, cool. So yeah, do I want to put him up front? Like he's got like no stats. I don't know if that's a great idea. Probably not without Broly, like we were talking about, right? I assume this is probably better. We'll just do this for now. We'll keep him, like I said, on rotation, so when Broly shows up, we'll be good to go. And then, yeah, this should be fine. So who do we got next? I guess it's going to be Evolution Blue Vegeta, our leader, and Bulma. Okay, I think that should have the power to survive this next turn. Time will tell. Little bit worried about Bulma. It's third turn, so she's built up some of her damage reduction, but not all of it yet. That's a lot of attacks at the end, too. I think I'm actually going to go like this. Well, how does this affect their links? Is it bad? It's only one link. I think I'm going to... yeah. I think this is the best way. We already know they got clapped in slot 1 last time, so I'm going to trust Vegeta with that slot here instead. And then we do want to try and get the 7 orbs for Bulma. Perfect. But I also want to do it in a way where, yeah, we'll do that instead. That way we make sure we can get a good selection for them. Ooh, nice. Very good with all those physical orbs at the top. Okay, we'll see how we do here. Again, like at any point, it probably doesn't matter what our team build is. An unfortunately timed super is just going to be detrimental for us. On this turn, I don't know if we can take a super at all. Maybe if he triple supers right now. We already took 1 normal, so we built up a little bit of damage reduction. If we manage to get a triple super here, that would be, I think, good enough defense raise to tank. Oh, well, we dodged it anyway, and it wasn't a super. Okay. So yeah, I don't think Bulma would survive a super. She's going to get her double super for the double defense raise, but I think even with the triple, she would probably still die. Just having the type disadvantage. Ah, man. Okay. So she only got the double super, and she is going to take one. Let's see. Oh, it's an AoE. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that before, actually. It's an AoE attack. Got it. Well, that definitely changes our strategy. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So now it's actually really good that I opted to put Bulma in the second slot, and it's going to be really good that I'm going to put Broly in the second slot on the opposite rotation, because that way, you know, they obviously can't go slot 1 because then they're guaranteed to get hit before they attack, but you don't want to push them all the way to slot 3, where if there's a super in slot 2 like there just was, then, you know, they don't have a chance to attack yet. Oh man, if only we had AGLUI here. Why'd we float him? No. Okay, so this is kind of my plan right here. Give Paragus the opening spot. That's so scary, right? I feel like I need to do a greater read-through of his kit. So he's getting the raises and the seal, which obviously the seal is going to do nothing, but that's not until after super. So the entrance animation gives him 100% stats for 5 turns when there's a Broly on the team. 180% stats at the start of turn, additional 100 when performing a super attack. Pure Saiyans are going to get attack defense and crit chance 25%, and then Broly gets an additional 25%. Wait, okay, I'm sorry. For names who could Broly and high chance of evading, plus an additional attack 20% as a third attacker in the turn. Oh, he doesn't get all of that until the 6th turn. Wow. So he's completely fodder right now. There's like that whole second half of his passive he doesn't get until the 6th turn. Oh man, that is brutal. Okay, I don't feel like I can put him up front. I mean, he's gonna have to dodge, but I don't feel like he has enough capability to dodge that. Yeah, we kind of have to do this, but they're surely gonna. Oh, well, okay. Let's do the standby really quick. Because we already watched the animation, we're gonna go ahead and skip this animation this time. Put them into their standby. Oh, I'm silly. I actually didn't even watch the animation of putting them into their standby. I only watched the animation of activating the finish skill. Oh well, no problem. No problem. Okay, so because it's not going to be... Wait, did it say his 6th turn in battle? From the character's entry turn, yeah. So for us, that's not even until turn 7. So I'm going to float him right now. And then in hopes that we'll survive long enough. And if he comes back, then we'll be chilling. Oh, man, look at that. That was some beautiful healing. You'll love to see it. Okay, we'll get all these orbs, and then we'll get some more healing here as well. Obviously, his defense is very low, so that's not going to heal us basically at all. But still very good for us to collect the orbs for the finish skill. We did heal above the 77%, so that is a bit unfortunate because now we don't have the revive to depend on the next rotation. Obviously, unless we take a decent chunk of damage here, which is possible, then we would be able to revive pretty easily. Man, wouldn't that be something if we revived into the finish skill and then that's how we finished the event? That would be kind of neat. That kind of makes me want to take a chunk of damage from a normal here. I feel like that would be cool. What do we think? If Paragus doesn't get hit, or does get hit, he might take enough damage for us to do that without actually dying, because he's getting the great defense raise, and he also gets some dodge, or not dodge chance, but like stats on super. So he's gonna have decent defense. Yeah, he's double-digit tanking. At the start of the turn, he was at 39,000 defense, and he still double-digit tanked that. I think that speaks volumes to his raises. Oh. AGL UI Goku's not on the leader skill. Hold on. I am silly. He's not on the leader skill. That's why he doesn't have any... What? How did I make that mistake? Oops. Okay, well, we've got his active skill, so we might as well launch it, even though it's going to do nothing. That's probably why he has been hitting like a snowflake and stuff. And getting hit, like, really hard. Wow, okay, well, that is a big oopsie on my part. I'm going to have to take another glance at the team here. Let's go ahead and launch this active as well. Sorry, I forgot to put the animations back on, but it's alright. These are old animations. We've seen these ones a million times, right? Okay, let's... I mean, we still... The saving grace is that we still have the dodge, right? That's the important part. So as long as he's able to dodge for us, we should be fine. And then... There we go. We can get 7 orbs with Bulma. We get the healing. Okay. So no leader skill UI Goku. What a funky thing to do. Jeez. Okay, there we go. We get the dodge, so we're safe. Unfortunately, he's staying on rotation, though. But hopefully there won't be another rotation, because we got a 21 million attack stat coming in here. UI Goku also providing some decent links, right? Oh, man. Yeah, no, there's no way. With how little damage that did, like, this guy's either got an insane health pool and/or insane damage reduction. Because, yeah, we're just not doing that much to him at all. Okay, are we going to be able to tank this with Vegeta? Let's see. And then Bulma? Barely. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, hopefully that's the one for the turn. I'm assuming that this guy is limited to the 1 AoE per turn. It's a good thing we were able to get the dodge with Goku, too. We definitely wouldn't have lived. I did kind of forget about that, the whole AoE business. I probably should have, like, put Bulma in slot 1. That would have been smarter to handle the AoE, because if she's post-super, she'll obviously tank a lot better. Okay. Now, here's an interesting turn. They're at 7 links. Obviously, all level 1 links, unfortunately. But they're at 7 links. We've got 62 orbs selected. Let's go ahead and select some more, yeah? We'll keep them up front. That'll be fine. So let's go ahead and grab all of these. And then this is going... Wait, 6... oh, yeah, it's going to default to the 4. Okay, that's fine. So we'll grab all of those. We have 74 orbs collected. Let's go ahead and activate the finish skill again here. And then after that, we can maybe do the domain with Broly. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we get a little bit of damage in there. Would have been cool if that crit. That would have been, you know, helpful. Okay, so here's the thing about Broly's domain. I do kind of want to transform Broly, just for the sake of, like, himself. But the problem becomes, he's also going to buff the enemy Broly. And that's what I'm scared of right now. So I think I'm going to leave him untransformed, actually. I think that's actually a smarter choice. Okay, let's grab all of these orbs for him, and then we can grab all of these physical orbs here, and just get a fat stack of healing in. Nice, very, very good. Now we only have to take a little bit of damage to have the revive available for UI Goku, but I wonder how many attacks... No, Vegeta's only taken like 2 attacks. I don't think he's taken enough attacks to activate his revive yet. We'll have to see, though, on this next rotation. I'm pretty sure we're still not going to have a revive active. But it just depends on what kind of damage we take, right? Okay, so we should be in the clear. I don't think it's possible for us to get KO'd because my leader, my Saiyan trio, they've already super attacked. So even though their defense was lower, they were at like 250 instead of like the friend one is at like 360. We are now post super with them, so they're definitely gonna have higher defense. And now Broly's obviously chilling, being post super. Okay, so with the AoE being right here in the middle slot again, we just have to make sure that slot 3 is okay. Ooh, Broly took that much? Wow. Okay, slot 3 was fine. Nice. So it was just Broly that took damage, I guess. Or, no, because the little defense symbol came up with that, right? I don't even know. It might have been... I don't know which order it did it. If it did 1, 3, 2, or 1, 2, 3. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Okay. Alright, well, it's a good thing we did take that damage, because now we have the revive up. So let's go ahead and I guess we just start the turn as is. Well, for the sake of maximizing damage, we know that Vegeta has a much better chance of surviving that first slot than Goku. So let's go ahead and do this. And then obviously if he launches a super in the first slot, it doesn't really matter because it's an AoE and it's going to hit everybody anyway. So yeah, but we know that, UI Goku would have had to dodge the normal, whereas he can just tank the hit and then go in. So here we go, some extra free damage. Maybe we can get lucky and Vegeta will finish him off. Otherwise, then we'll see how it goes. I guess the worst thing that could happen is if both UI Goku and Paragus successfully dodge their way through the turn, we don't get hit or activate the revive, and he lives through the next turn. And then we have little HP and little to do on the next turn. That could be bad, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Let's see, maybe we have Bulma next turn, so we have Bulma's active skill that we can activate, I think. Possibly. Alright, thank you so much, Goku. And it's an AoE. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, he gets hit, he does nothing, obviously. Dodges, and gets hit. Okay, good. There's the revive. That's what we wanted to see. Awesome. Alright, beautiful, we have revived, and there we go. Oh, we even get the other standby in. Okay. That is pretty good. So I think... I mean, Bulma's gonna be able to tank in that first slot regardless, right? If we just pop her active. Let's go ahead and just pop her active real quick. And then, obviously get all the orbs. Perfect. And then we will pop their standby. No, we don't really need to, because they're just going to finish off the enemy, right? Surely they would just KO him. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll continue to not transform Broly so that we don't buff the enemy as well. Alright, very good, very good. Oh my goodness, she barely tanked that. I expected her to do a lot better. Wow, that was scary. That could have been really bad. Oh, it's because it's turn 8 and she's no longer guarding. That's why. Okay. Whoopsie. My bad. Well, we should be fine here. Yeah, awesome. She gets the win for us, so we don't even have to worry. Beautiful. That could have been really bad. Obviously, now looking at it, the optimal way to play that turn would have been to put the Saiyan trio in slot 1, pop their standby, and then have Bulma do her active in slot 2, which is what I thought about doing, but for some reason I just thought she would tank. I definitely forgot about the guard. Okay, 3 missions completed. That is good news. So that means, there we go, we got the 2 encrypted missions completed there, so that means that it was successful. That counts as using a Goku, which means you can use, here, I'm going to go ahead and, before we select those missions, I'm going to go back in here really quick, just as a PSA for any players that maybe didn't know. Let's see, int, you are Pure Saiyans. Boom. This guy. Paragus and Broly. You can use this unit to fulfill the bringing a Paragus, unit along mission. If you don't want to use that free-to-play Paragus, you can also rely on this guy. So, very, very good stuff. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do is the Planetary Destruction mission. I figure since we just did all the other 3 missions, basically in the one run, we might as well do that as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so this is the team I'm going to attempt to use for the Planetary Destruction mission here. This is really bad. Like, looking at the Planetary Destruction roster, it's pretty small already. I might have to change up the strat a little bit because I'm not even using the most optimal, like, Planetary Destruction team, but I did want to be able to use, the new Broly as the friend lead, so I basically am making a Planetary Destruction / Movie Boss team, so all these units are on Movie Boss as well. I am going to item up for this one because there is no way. Let me just double check really quick that you don't have to do it with no items. Yeah, just 6 Planetary Destruction on the team and you're fine. Okay, so we are definitely going to do that. And then, yeah, we'll keep Broly as our friend lead here. Okay, so let's... okay, we got Broly on the very first turn. That's good, for sure. And again, I am super fresh with this kit. This is going to be my very first time using him, as I don't even have the unit, right? Oh, we can transform right away. Okay, what's going on? He has no attacks, unable to attack for 1 turn, reduces damage received by 90% as the first attacker, reduces received by 70%, and extreme class allies chance of 50%, crit, second or third attacker in turn, and then extreme class support. Okay, so you want to put him in the first slot, I guess? And then the transformation, or I guess his active skill is the transformation, and then when he transforms, this is when he just becomes the real unit. 50% damage reduction for 3 turns, plus 26 permanent. Oh no, 50% permanent. Plus 3 turns, and for 3 turns from characters. Yeah. Plus an additional 26 for 3 turns. Crit chance with each attack performed. Guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. And 200% defense before attacking. So he is a slot 1 unit. This is nice. Okay. If there's a Pure Saiyan enemy, he crit 50%. Disables enemy's action with 24 key. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and not attack with him. We'll take advantage of that 90% damage reduction that he's got available and leave him sitting there. I guess let's go ahead and link him up with Mr. Garn. Okay, I am going to be very diligent about selecting same type key spheres because I don't think that this team has nearly the same damage output that the last team did. And we are still... so I think there actually is a possibility that we get a Dokkan attack at some point throughout this. We'll have to see. All right, so I think we could be in decent shape. I did bring a healing support memory for, for like turn 4, whenever that ends up being. Hopefully we'll be at low HP at the time, and then it would be beneficial and give us our HP back. But the main reason that I brought an extra form of healing is because I've got these golden Friezas that, in order for them to tank well, they do kind of depend on their, they do kind of depend on our HP to be above a certain threshold. All right, yet another new unit that I'm using, the new EZA for the Team Turles here. I have not yet used them. So standard stuff on the super. Go for the 18 key. Get the additional defense. Interesting. So we're getting damage reduction, key, and attack because of all of our team members. There is not an Earthbred Fighter's enemy, so there's no additional stats there. We're giving a lot of support, and then that's not going to activate. Okay, attacks effective against all. And crits at 24 key. Wow, so if we get 24 key, we get attacks effective against all types and guaranteed crits. We're unfortunately at 23 keys, so we're only getting one of those. Unless... Oh, no, because he's got the damage reduction. We kind of do want to keep him up front. 50% damage reduction with that good defensive stat. I mean, it's not good defensive stat by any means, but it's decent. That's definitely going to be better in slot 1. To be able to keep, like, the Turleses linked up together, because our other option would have been to put AGL Frieza there, but kind of want to not keep them on rotation because they do no damage at all, and then there'll be less turns overall that we have to depend on our HP actually being above a certain threshold, right? The only time that'll come back to bite us is if we get slot 1 supered really hard. But as we know, with there being an AoE attack that we're going to have to worry about in Phase 2, it's kind of fine for the Friezas to be in slot 3. They're the perfect slot 3 units because we know they don't need to do anything before, taking the damage in order to, like, survive the hits. Okay, a little worried about physical Turles there. That was kind of a lot of damage with him having type advantage in the first phase of this thing. So hopefully we'll be able to bring out his transformation. Okay, and then quickly, I would assume now he's just down to being nothing, right? Because it says for 1 turn, he gets the 90% or the 70%, all of this stuff. So now he's just guarding, but he doesn't have any of the damage reduction and stuff. So I guess let's go ahead and transform him now, right? Because he had a couple things that were going to last like 3 turns. We get the damage reduction and stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and transform him now. Let me put the animations on so we can watch this one together. Wow, interesting. They actually reused a couple shots from the Tech LR Broly. This is a Tech LR Broly, but the older one. Yeah, interesting. I don't really mind when they do that. I mean, if the animations look good, you might as well take advantage of it, right? Okay, so I do think I want to keep him up front. Probably. Man, these links are so bad. We're going to have nothing. Hopefully we get... I don't think his links change when he transforms at all. Okay, we'll just grab all these orbs for him. I kind of wanted to save those for Hirudegarn, but it's okay, it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I would rather get a really strong attack here with Broly. And then we'll try and get some healing in there with Frieza. Because remember, we do have to stay above a certain threshold. That is still a requirement. That is going to be a permanent requirement throughout this fight. That's also why I opted to bring Ghost Usher. Because if we ever do enter a turn where we're below that HP threshold, then that can be my first option, is to just go for a Ghost Usher, because that'll at least allow us the 1 turn to try and get some healing in. And we'll see if maybe a Dokkan attack could be in play, or if someone's insane amount of defense could give us a lot of healing at the time, something like that, to save our life. So, we'll see. And then whatever damage we take on this turn obviously isn't too big of a deal, as long as we survive. Because we have the support memory is going to pop on the next turn. So we'll get our heal. And it seems like we are just going to head right to that phase without taking another attack. All right. Wonderful stuff. All right, so on to Broly. There we go. We get the full heal. And then... Now, here's the real question, right? I guess it's probably smarter for me to put... We definitely want Frieza at the end. But it's probably smarter for me to put him in slot 1, right? Considering he doesn't have the damage reduction, and he's going to need more defense in order to build up for a potential AoE. Whereas that 50% damage reduction might just come in clutch with the Team Turles LR. Yeah, I think that makes a solid plan. I'm going to grab these just so we can have all those green orbs for Broly next turn. Okay, double dig. Very good. He's definitely built up a little bit more than he was on that first turn. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Can we get an additional? Yeah, nice. That's going to help the defense. We love to see that for sure. Okay, we're still double dig. And now we pretty much should be safe for the turn. I don't really know how the Golden Friezas are going to react in this phase. I mean, he doesn't hit quite as hard as, like, some of the, like, 9th anniversary content and stuff like that. Keeping up with all those, like, new UI Gokus and things, but I don't know. I could still see a bit of damage coming in. Okay, that's good, that's good. So the physical Turles still took the most, so we definitely were right in our hunch to put him in the first slot. Or did the AoE attack the STR one first because it was in the middle slot? I didn't even pay attention to that, actually. That is silly by me. I should have. Okay, so we've got 2 activations we can do. I need to make sure that there's no proper order based on buffs or heals or things like that. So, Broly's transformation, condition. Oh, his active skill condition. Oh, it just gives him a free buff. Okay, so there's genuinely no reason not to just proc that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just proc that then immediately.
Where do you think you'll go? I'm preparing the rocket so he can escape the explosion. And a rocket built for one person.
Well, that's fun. Casual little bit of murder there. Love that. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and transform Garn. Alright, lovely stuff. Okay, so we started this turn below 50% HP, which means it is a fact that Golden Frieza will get us killed. Unless Golden Frieza manages to dodge that one attack at the end with the 16 dodge that he's got, on top of potentially dodging an AoE attack if one were to surface. I think what that means is that now is the time. Let's go for Ghost Usher. So we are using one on this turn, which means we definitely cannot use one on the next turn. Because you're not allowed to use it 2 turns in a row. So we are going to have to depend on the Turleses to save our life on the next turn for sure. Which they are going to be physical and STR. So let's leave all of those orbs available. I'm going to do this, actually. That way I can select a lot of orbs on the next turn here. But there we go. Now we got our HP high enough that we know we'll be safe. I don't think that we have a... Well, we do have a Golden Frieza, because all 3 of our slot 3 units are Golden Friezas. But I think it's the AGL Golden Frieza, not the Tech Golden Frieza. So technically we didn't need our HP to be up for the next turn, but I'm also really worried about this late into the fight, where a lot of the damage reduction has fallen off for the AGL LR Golden Frieza. I am kind of worried about him being able to tank on this next turn. We'll see. Like, this is a pretty shoddy turn here. And we did, like, no damage to him. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and transform Turles, definitely. Let's start there.
Let me see your true form.
Okay, get an extra little smidgen of damage in there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put him up front still. Because we've got all of these orbs to select with him. Oh, but do I want to do this? I think I'm going to do this in hopes that those STR orbs fall good. Yeah. Because I was worried about the purple orbs cutting him off. Because now we get the 24 key with Turles. So he's got type effective attacks and stuff. So that's going to help a lot. And now we are back to full HP as well. On the next rotation, we have Tech and Int. So we will save some Tech and Int orbs for them. But do I want to... Well, I can't get an 18 key if I try with Frieza, so it doesn't really matter. Might as well just grab these 2. Okay, let's see how we do here. Is this bad? Okay, we're so far so good. They had even higher, so he had what, like 590k defense at the start of the last turn, and then now he had like almost 800k. And we do get the double super again, so that's very good. He's going to be performing nice. Hopefully the team Turles will be doing decent as well. We'll see if that AoE pops out at the middle slot there. Okay, nice. Awesome. He's our type disadvantage unit, and he's still doing the most damage because we got that 24 key, so guaranteed crits and type effective attacks. Nice! Triple super. That is definitely what we needed to see. If we were gonna clear this mission at all, that was gonna be kind of needed here. Okay, here we go. Here's the AoE. So the really big question mark in my mind is Frieza. We know that the other two can already survive this. We've seen him do it. And Frieza dodged it! Oh, so we don't even have to find out. I love that. I absolutely love that. So now, the new problem becomes, we are below 50% HP, and we have a Golden Frieza coming on rotation. So that's not good, right? Very not good. It may be time to proc the other Ghost Usher. Let's see. Before that heal, we're above 40%, but not above 50%. This one needs 50%, I believe. Yeah, 50%, and then you're only getting 50%, or yeah, 50% damage reduction when it's 49% or less. So we're down to 50% damage reduction. I don't think that's going to be enough to really tank, especially if he dishes out another AoE on this turn. I wish there was a way to know. Yeah, I'm contemplating, just because of how many health bars we have left, I'm worried that if we use our Ghost Usher right now, and then we have no items left for the rest of the fight, that we're going to kind of get screwed. I feel like we need to take the risk here, because this Frieza has type advantage. I feel like it's a mistake, but I don't know what else, like, maybe he could dodge it? Do we have full dodge on this guy? He's got 24 dodge. Alright, I'm going to risk it here. I am going to risk it. Let's... Okay, so we'll grab these. And then this Frieza doesn't need to super attack. Yeah, okay. Okay, we've got that. And now we are barely back above the 50% HP mark, which actually means we're guaranteed to have to use our Ghost Usher on the next turn, unless we get lucky enough for there to be a slot where Broly isn't attacking, and then we can put the Golden Frieza there. Let's see, we've got physical... STR and AGL. I'm not really worried about the AGL because he's not going to get us any healing, so I don't really need those orbs, and I don't care if he can't super because he's not going to do any damage. So I would rather have opened up that one physical orb where our close to 1 million defense is going to get us a lot of healing off of it. Nice, that's what we want to see. Get some more additionals, Broly, please, please. I can't believe that STR Turles is doing more damage in this fight than Broly so far. There we go. Now we're looking good. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so he's starting to perform like the 9th anniversary Broly here. If we get one more... Oh, okay. It was too much to ask for, wasn't it? A little bit greedy. That is totally okay, though. So as long as Frieza survives here, I think then we're shoo-in to win. Because we'll use the Ghost Usher on the next turn, so we definitely survive there, and then the following turn after this Tech Broly should finish everything off. So we just gotta survive right here. Let's see if we're able to. Okay, perfect. The guard, the dodge, and... Yes, we dodged it! Yes, full dodge builds for the win. Okay, we are not out of the clear yet. We still have one normal attack that we at least have to tank. Are we gonna do it? We do. Perfect. Okay. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Okay, before we go ahead and use the Ghost Usher, which obviously we do need to because of Frieza, let's go ahead and launch this active skill.
Did you think you could win against one who regularly dines on the fruit of the Tree of Might? Looks like victory is mine.
Okay, excellent. So that is just giving him a nice little buff for the turn. Let's see how much exactly. Oh, it's just the guaranteed 24 key. Okay, that's fair. Makes sense. All right. How do we want to play this? So first things first, let's just so we don't forget. Let's launch the Ghost Usher here, and then I think it probably doesn't matter, like, the order of things here. So let's just go ahead and start launching some supers. All right, and we are back above 50% HP. So if they do end up surviving to the... Ooh, actually, let's go ahead and get that Dokkan attack. Yeah, there we go. Very good stuff. Okay, so we should finish him off here. We should. With this being... It went so fast. What the heck? With this being... attacks effective against all types and guaranteed crit here, I'm pretty sure we're just going to finish him off. And then if not, I'm sure we'll have some additionals on the way. Okay, so there's one additional, and at this point, I think Broly is mathematically eliminated. Because even if by some miracle he survives this turn, we're going to have full HP, and we'll have Tech Broly at the beginning of the next turn. And I'm pretty sure the gimmick with this fight is that he does the AoEs in the second slot, so that it kind of sets it up the way I was talking about, right? Where normally your slot 3 unit, you're just using in slot, like, 2 instead to make sure that you're protected, and then you basically have to have additional slot 1 units in slot 3, as well as slot 1 to stay protected, so... okay, there we go. He did actually survive the turn, but it's all good. So there's no attacks in slot 1. So one more attack from Broly, and we should be in the clear here. I'm actually very, very excited that this mission did not take as long as I thought it was going to. When I initially started the team build for this, you know, after having already run the stage with a really powerful Saiyan team that didn't even clear it on the first attempt, I was like, oh no, this is this is going to be a disaster. So I am very, very glad that that was smooth sailing. I will say, at a couple points there, we did get pretty lucky. And then, obviously, we didn't, like, no-item it or anything. But that was not necessary to get the mission done. And I don't think many people are going to be able to no-item that, honestly. I don't think that many people are even going to be trying to. So, maybe if I had a Broly of my own and I could use him as my leader and then make a bit of a better team, could be a thing. But, anyways, so there we go. That is all of the missions cleared for this new Broly event. Wow, 18 stones. Awesome. Love that. Good stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you guys were playing along with me, then great. If we need any additional help with the team building for that planetary destruction thing, hit me up in the comments, or feel free to join my Discord. We have a team building section in there as well. So yeah, free to join. Please go and enlarge that community. It's a fun time over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.